Hello there, internet's Tank Top Douche coming at you with yet another Legends of Runeterra video for you guys today. We got a 12-year-old react Andy to the new champion reveal in Kaisa. Is that how you say it? Like, hopefully, maybe I can get all 3 new champions and their names and not butcher them this season. We're gonna try that. I had no idea that they were gonna reveal today, so I also thought that they were gonna upload the video on YouTube, but up until now, that has not happened. So I'm actually reacting to the Twitter post. So I put the video like in full screen and everything. I think it's all set up. I'm not sure if the audio works, to be fair, but we're gonna try. And without further ado, let's take a look at Kaisa. We're recording, right? Yeah, so one of the things I want to point out is I do know she's a 5-mana 4/4. Like somebody like tweeted at me that it was kind of like teased out in like an official video or some shit. I always try to wait, like I try to stay away from spoilers as much as I can. So if something like that happens, like I would appreciate it if you didn't like actually send me stuff, because I actually avoid, like, I also rather not have, like, you know, access early on to information like this through the devs or anything, because I legitimately like, you know, I like my reaction 12-year-old Andy thing, so I want to go blind into it. But with Kaisa, I do know that she's a 5-drop, and I do know that she has a new keyword, but that's basically all that I know. I don't know what she does when she levels up, and quite frankly, I don't even remember there was more to her than, like, I don't even know what her level up requirement was. Like, I have very little information, but I just want to clarify that. So, without further ado, hopefully this, like, the audio is working here. See?
Are you the hunter?
There we go, it is. Alright, let's react to this bitch. Again, recording? Okay, good.
Hunter or the prey?
Or the prey. Big blinders. Okay, spacebar does not work here. Alright. New keyword evolved. 5-mana 4/4 with quick attack. I didn't remember that. Quick attack, she's from Shurima. When I'm summoned or round start, if you have the attack token, create a second skin in hand, and level up is you've evolved. Okay, so the keyword is evolve. Now we do know that. And when she's summoned or round start, if you have the attack token, so there's the same requirement as basically Irelia or Riven. You create a second skin in hand, which we also don't know what that is. Evolve means I have +2/+2 once you've given or summoned allies with 6 other positive keywords this game. Okay, that's a bizarre one. So once you've given, or does grant should also count, or summoned allies with 6 or more positive keywords this game. So just having a deck. Okay, so maybe she works around with like you know, a mutant kind of like package, right? I know she's from the Void. I'm not surprised. I was definitely expecting her to be Shurima. You know, I saw her in that cinematic with Ezreal. So yeah, see, she's Shurima, and that's completely fine, especially considering, you know, Rek'Sai Shurima. Like, I know she's linked to the Void in that sense. Like, she's kind of like the Void's hero or some shit. And now we know, yeah, like the mutants probably have like a bunch of different keywords and stuff. That's probably how her archetype works. That's really interesting. Let's actually keep going. Let's see. Very mutant music. Second skin. The 0 mana fleeting. No, I missed it. There we go. Oh, like zoomed in everything. Grant allied Kaisa's everywhere another ally's positive keyword. So it has to be an ally on the board. That's really dope. It's focus as well, which means that when you develop Kaisa, you actually cannot play second skin until initiative passes back over to you, which is very important actually. Even though we got a Bastion in hands, we're fine. Oh, you can give her a challenge. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, that's so dope. Oh, that's so neat. Yeah, there's that Bastion coming in clutch.
Every move just makes me.
And if you give her a spell shield, you're actually contributing to her level up. Oh, that's so fucking sick.
Stronger. Freaking world, huh? Let's go. Another way to fight. I'll give you that.
Overwhelm, which wasn't part of that. Orange Man. Orange Man bad. Okay, we living.
We have something the Void will never understand. Me.
She's got like a Scottish accent or some shit, right? Okay, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I did see the level up animation. It was shown in the teaser video. So yeah, we already got that. So I'm not no shocking from that. 5 mana 4/4. Okay, she's so just like Jhin, her stat line does not change. When I'm summoned or round start, if you have the attack token, you create a second skin in hand. Attack. Deal 1 for each positive keyword I have to enemies or the enemy nexus. Lowest health first. Deal 1 to each positive keyword I have to enemies or to the enemy nexus. Lowest health first. I assume that means that, you know, if your nexus is nice and healthy, then she'll be dealing, essentially she'll be dealing lowest health first. That's kind of, I'm not sure how to interpret that, because I assume that, like, if you have a board full of units, if you have a unit with like 2 health and your nexus has more health than that, then you're never going to be hitting the nexus unless the board is clean. Is that how it is? That's kind of a weird way to put it. So you're dealing an AoE effect to all enemies. Okay. Let's see how that works. That's kind of weird. Yeah, they left her on the screen for like a minute, dude. It's so much fucking text, actually. I hate that they're pairing them with Pantheon. Like, get the fuck out of here, Pantheon. Oh, so second skin can be applied. Wait, can second skin be applied? We need to see this for a second. Can the second skin be applied? No, that's not the second skin. It's grant allied Kaisers everywhere. Exactly, like. It's another ally's pause, like all of them. That's so nutty. Then what just happened to Pantheon? Let's just see this. Wait. Oh, cause you're picking the ally. Yeah, I don't.
I'll show you how to fight.
That's actually disgusting. Kaiser Supercharger, 6 your spell, 3 mana focus, 3 mana focus speed spell. I don't think we've had such an expensive focusy spell before, right? Grant an ally Overwhelm and Spell Shield. Overwhelm, grant. Whoa. Whoa, that is nutty. Is Pantheon like now gonna go with Shurima? Wow, that's expensive, but that's also like focus speed, and that's really strong. That's really fucking powerful. I mean, it's focus speed, but like Zenith Blade was slow speed, and this gives Spell Shield, dude. This card is like actually really scary. But it's in Shurima, right? So you have to think about like how that's gonna mix with the specific decks that are gonna want to run a card like this. But this is a very, very powerful effect.
Gotta hit them hard. Come on!
Wait. Okay, so she has, okay, we need to study exactly how that works. How many keywords does she have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6 keywords. So she dealt 6 damage, right? I need to understand how this ability works because it's not clear. Okay, so it's triggering here. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 went here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. Because maybe I'm missing 1 keyword here. Yeah, there's a total of 7 damage. 3, 5, 7. Which means, and she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 keywords, but she has barrier as well. She has barrier as well. So that makes sense. So it's random. It's random, but she's hitting. Okay, she's hitting the weakest units first, But then why did it jump to the Nexus instead of going to this? Is what I want to know. The study, like I know this, like I need to know how this works. Like it hits these two because they have 1 health. That makes sense, but why is it hitting the Nexus? All right, we gotta do a lot of rating here. Deal 1 for each positive keyword I have, 2 enemies or the enemy Nexus. Lowest health first, and I guess it's just random when it goes for the Nexus. It's just random. That's how it is. Cause she pinged 1 health. She pinged Nexus twice, and then she pinged the other thing. Gonna watch that animation one more time.
I'll show you how to fight. Gotta hit them hard.
Gotta hit them hard.
Come on!
With that Scottish whiskey. It just seems to hit all of them at the same time. Yeah, I just think it's random. It's like Sivir's effect. But when it comes to the units, when the units are like, there's like a 50-50, right? I would assume it's like this. There's a 50. This is important to know because this takes into account, like when you play this champion, like you need to know exactly what the odds are, right? If it's a 50-50, okay, I'm hitting either a unit or the Nexus. Okay, do I hit a unit? All right, cool. I hit the weakest one always. That's where the variance stops. But there is inherently a variance beforehand of 50% between the units and the Nexus. That's the only way that I can properly explain like what the fuck just happened here. You know, it's the only shit that makes sense. Ping these two because they're the weakest, right? And then you know you hit this 3 times, you hit this twice. I kind of wish it didn't hit the Nexus, or I kind of wish that it would hit, like it hits the Nexus after you clear the board. I think that would be better. Unless I'm missing out. Unless I'm probably like maybe there's something that I'm not seeing. You know, this happens sometimes when I take this raw information. But I think I don't like that it like that initial 50% that I'm talking about. But I'm not sure. Like maybe I'm missing something.
The void doesn't wait. Neither should
World Abomination. Okay, we gotta go over all these cards. What the fuck is this?
She walks.
This is like some mimic shit going on here.
So long, void. See you next time.
Yeah, she's like super. Is that always her accent? Like she's like Irish, I can't differentiate, but you know, like you know, from the islands. She's from the islands. Void Seeker, 1 minute. Okay, let's go over all the cards. The only thing that you guys cannot see is the one on the bottom right, but I'll get out of the way for that one. We are still recording. Great, fantastic. Void Seeker, 1 minute slow speed spell from Shurima. Deal 1 to a follower. If you've evolved, deal 3 instead. And going back to the evolved keyword, I have +2/+2 once you've given or summoned allies with 6 or other positive keywords this game. Okay, so this is dealing 1 damage.
Time.
Okay, so this card is interesting because it's just the ping for 1 damage, right? But once you've evolved, it's dealing 3 damage for 1, which is very close to like Ravenous Flock levels, but the difference is it's a slow speed spell. So it never really reaches that strength that Ravenous Flock represents. And its requirement is extremely heavy. Like, in order to evolve, the game has had to pass by. So, I think the idea behind this design is we have a 1 mana ping, right? You know, that like all the other 1 mana pings that we have throughout other regions in the game. We're giving 1 to Shurima. That's not very good, but it allows them to, you know, ping 1 drops. And then as they evolve, the card actually becomes, you know, pretty alright as a late game draw, because for 1 mana you can deal 3 to anything, even if it's a slow speed, right? Not much more to say about it. It's just another way to take the approach at the ping. Like you have the one with Bando City, which is planting puff caps, right? You know, the payoff seems great, but considering how much heavier of a payoff it is than something like Ravenous Flock, and it's still like the card is arguably worse, there's not much more to say about Void Seeker. It's just something, a neat like tool for Shurima, but not much more than that really. We've gone over Kaisa with a second skin. I love the second skin. I don't like that they showcased it with Pantheon. Hopefully that's not like the ideal pairing, because I think we're all pretty tired of Pantheon at this point. But I'm pretty sure there's other ways to combine her with, and I gotta think. I gotta think about, like, I gotta take a look at the pool and be like, okay, what region, what champions can really benefit from this? Because the thing is, second skin does trigger Faded, and that's actually a very relevant thing, right? But naturally, like, getting the keywords from Pantheon means that, I mean, I'm super excited about Kaisa with Victor. Like, that's what's really coming to mind right now. Like, Kaisa with Victor seems incredibly fun. That's probably what I'll try first, because I love me some Victor, especially after that buff and him actually being good, and combining Victor with, like, the second skin, like taking the keywords from Victor, it's just like duplicating your perfection. It's just absolutely glorious. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do first. Victor Kaisa, you heard it here. The supercharge, that being her signature spell, is really strong. Like, this card is nuts. Like, it's really good. The fact that it's focus speed, it's really solid. Void Blaster, another evolve unit, 4 mana 4/4 with Overwhelm, becomes a 4 mana 6/6 with Overwhelm once you meet the requirement. The thing about evolve is that it has to be 6 different keywords, right? Again, I have to go back because I have to make sure that I'm reading this right. Once you've given or summoned allies with 6 plus other positive keywords this game. Yeah, you need 6 keywords in total. So I'm not sure how fast you're going to be able to trigger this. I mean, with Kaisa, if you have a proper target, you may be able to evolve her immediately, right? That's why I think the synergy with Victor would be really neat, even though Victor's a 4-drop and he's only getting 2 keywords before Kaisa comes down. But that's already like 1/3 of the requirement. Void Abomination. All right, we got a big boss monster here with only the evolve keyword and quite a bit of text here. Pretty understated, 8 mana 5/4. When I'm summoned, grant me all positive keyword allies have had this game. When I see an ally with a new positive keyword, grant it to me. Okay, so yeah, what you would expect with this kind of like huge payoff, sort of like high-end beast, kind of like a bit of a more punk version of the Arsenal. Right, as you don't really have an impressive stat line at all. Like, you're a 5/4, but it's enough muscle to make it so that if you add, like, just spit all the keywords onto this thing, then it's gonna become a threat, right? So I guess that's why they changed the whole scout thing. I think this is, I think Kaisa, like, I think removing scout from the randomly generated keywords is some house cleaning, some very clutch house cleaning for this new mechanic. So keep that in mind. Like, randomly, you never randomly get something like scout on Victor and stuff like that. So that's definitely gonna affect this quite a bit, because scout really exacerbates everything else. So yeah, that was a good move, I think. Yeah, interesting beast. Like, I just see another version of Arsenal, really, but obviously for a very different archetype. And I'm not sure, like, maybe the stat line will hold this card back quite a bit, and the fact that it's 8 mana. Because 8 mana cards have to be really, really impactful upon entry. But I mean, this seems like a really nice payoff. And yeah, I'll definitely be messing around with it, for sure. Then we have the Belvathy Elder, 2 mana 3/1 with Spell Shield and Evolve. Wow, a 2-drop with Spell Shield. Like, one of the biggest drawbacks to being a 2 mana 3/1 is just getting Vile Feasted or Pained, right? So having protection against that is really neat. The thing is, like, as a 2-drop that wants to evolve, I mean, your payoff is you're going to be a 5/3 for 2 mana, and you have Spell Shield. But naturally, like, that evolve, like, I think realistically that's not happening, like, earlier than turn 4. So I think this card is pretty okay. Maybe I'm underestimating it, but evolve seems like a difficult thing to complete. And the earlier you are, like the cheaper you are as a unit, the more time that has to pass before you actually meet that requirement, making you have to rely more so on your original stat line. And a 3/1, it's not the greatest. We saw how big of a change it was for Mountain Goat to go from 3/1 to 3/2. So yeah, I'm not really sure. I'm not super impressed by this card, but the fact that it has Spell Shield is definitely interesting. We got the Hive Herald right here for 6 mana. Grant a unit and me each other's positive keywords. So you exchange with one another the positive keywords, but the only thing the Hive Herald is doing is giving them evolve. Unless there is some way to give units keywords on hand. I don't think we have that. Maybe they give us something like that, but I do not believe there's anything like that in the card pool. You know, we have a pretty big card pool at this point, so maybe I'm missing something wacky here. But it's important because for 6 mana, you have a 3/3, like very low stat line that's just coming in and just sucking all the keywords out of something else and giving the other unit evolve. So essentially, this is coming in and giving +2/+2 to something, right? And if it's taking enough keywords and it evolves, it's actually a 5/5 for 6 mana. Still a little bit understated, but getting a shitload of keywords. It's actually a really cool card. Again, Victor comes to mind. Like this comes down, you know, sucks Victor. Don't take that out of context. And then it gives Victor evolve. It lets Victor actually evolve. He becomes a Pokemon, which is outstanding. And then this thing becomes a 5/5 with whatever, you know, amount of crazy shit that Victor has built up. Even probably more so with Kai'Sa, really. Very interesting card. Definitely think it'll be good. You know, it's hard to evaluate like these high-end units because they have to be impactful and stuff. But this feels like in the right deck. This is a very, very fun. Really like this evolved mechanic, man. I really like what they've done with it. Let me actually disappear for a moment. And we can talk about the little cute Voidling. 1 mana, 1/1. You do not see me, but you can follow my mouse. 1 mana, 1/1 with the evolve keyword that says, while in hand, I have a random keyword that changes each round. When I'm summoned, grant me this keyword. So it's kind of like the robot Poro, right, from PNZ. The 2 mana, 2/3 that just changes its keyword every round. And then when you play it, it grants itself this keyword, right? So it's pretty RNG in that sense. I mean, it comes down. It's a 1 mana. I mean, you can get a 1 mana 1/1 with elusive. You can get it like we already know like a lot of the Poros from each region, right? They represent what it means to be a 1 mana 1/1 with a keyword. There's no keyword really, especially since you can't get something like Scout. I don't think there's no keyword that will make a 1/1. You know, too good for 1 mana, right? Like a keyword alone will not accomplish this, no matter how good, even if it's one of the best, you know, even if we're talking about Spell Shield or Elusive, you know, Overwhelm. On its own, it'll be pretty underwhelming and because you have no control over it. But what the Voidling will do is it will enable you to contribute towards the evolve requirement. But I'm wondering if you can't already do that with another option from the card pool that is just a 1-drop with a keyword. Like we have several, we have quite a bit of those running around, right? So having control over what keywords you have exactly, I mean, in exchange for the payoff of having this gain +2/+2 stats, I think Voidling, you know, again, the lower you are on the curve, the cheaper you are as a unit, the less essential I feel you are for this evolve archetype. Because you can just resort to other things, right? That's how it pans out, really. I mean, the Belve of the Elder is really interesting because there's not that many units at all that come in with Spell Shield so early on in the game. Like you have the Targon Poro, I believe, like the Fairy Poro guy, and I'm pretty sure, like I don't really know. I mean, you have the Hungry Outcat, but that's actually something that you generate, right? So I feel like, you know, it's interesting that they gave him this specific Spell Shield keyword because it will contribute towards what you're doing. But ultimately, I don't know. I feel like Voidling won't be as necessary as something like, I don't know, Hive Herald feels like a really nice payoff. Hive Herald is like one that feels really fun in that regard. I really like this mechanic. I really fucking dig it. It's really dope. I'm already really excited to mix it up with Victor, but I'm pretty sure there's other combinations that I'm not even thinking of right now. And I want to mess around with the Void Abomination as well. Really pleased with what evolution or, you know, I mean, I didn't even know the name. I just saw like the DNA or RNA strand right there. And that's basically all the info that I had. But I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. I think this is going to be a pretty fucking fun mechanic. And I'm going to be messing around with it. And you guys know at this point, it's going to be Victor. Kai'Sa Victor to lead things off with. And I'm really fun for that. So that's basically where I'm going to end this at, because I'm just going on tangents at this point. I've been talking about the cards for 25 minutes. Go me. Well, let me know what you guys think about Kai'Sa and the Evolve package. Are there any combinations that I've missed? I mean, like I said, I've only explored one in my head. I'm still taking all this information in. But if you guys have any cool ideas, let me know. And we got to wait for Gwen and Evelyn. I'm excited for Evelyn. All right, so I'm gonna shut up. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for daily Legends of Runeterra content. We'll be back at it tomorrow with another video, and we'll be also 12-year-old reacting to all these cards and reveals and things and stuff. Love ya. Hustle day. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, bonus chunk. Because I had no idea, like this reveal is just really weird, because it takes them forever to upload the video on the actual YouTube channel. And now it turns out that if you go to Mobalytics, there's more cards that are revealed, even though they haven't announced them anywhere else. So yeah, you thought the video was over, huh? Well, it's not, because we got some shit to talk about here. Because on top of all the Evolve packages that we just discussed, there's a total of 6 other cards, most of them from other regions. You know, there's one streaming card here. So, yeah, I see like a Yasuo searching. We're gonna get onto that real quick. But let's actually start with the ordering. Okay, so it's appear. All right, good. Wild Claw's Ferocity, 6 mana focus speed spell from Freljord that transforms an allied follower into an alpha Wild Claw. That is so sick. That is actually so sick. Like, this card is really, really cool, because you can just generate essentially a burst speed alpha wall claw into like an open attack, and that's actually really, really dope. Like, imagine just turning a 0/1 into a 7/6 with overwhelm and doing so on your open attack, right? The fact that it's 6 mana makes it so that it has synergy with Lux and Jace, which is really important. Like, I like it. More so with Lux, you know, just being able to like playing Lux on 5, then surprising the opponent with this, and just like kind of like open attacking and then just like blasting them with a final spark, right? Like, that just feels really cool. So pretty cool addition. Definitely did not see it coming at all for Freljord. We got a Noxian landmark, 4 mana, Trifarian Training Pits. I love the thematic of it already. Every round, the first time an ally with 5 power attacks rally. What the fuck? Whoa, this card is really interesting, especially because you can combine this with like free attacks. You know, like think about stuff like Cataclysm with Demacia. Like, just Cataclysm, something that has 5 power, and then you rally up. Oh my god, dude. And then just you open attack with, oh my god, and you get to attack again, bro. I don't know what it has to do with training pits. Like, it doesn't feel like you're training or anything. You're just like attacking again, but could have been a bunch of like bannermen or some shit that are inspiring. I mean, hey, thematically speaking, like I like the idea, but I don't think it fits the effect all that much. But I don't give a shit. Like, it's actually really, really interesting addition towards Noxus. Man, Noxus as a region just kind of like has it all at this point, right? Like, this is a very, very cool landmark design that I'm super excited. You know, my favorite champion is Rally, so... Oh, man, could this go in Ash? It should go in Ash, right? But, I mean, should it? Because, you know, I feel like you need to have extra synergy. Like, if you're not playing stuff like Cataclysm, stuff that can generate a free attack, you know, like Minotaur, like the Fallen Reckoner. Not the Fallen Reckoner, it's the Minotaur Reckoner, right? There's a lot of Reckoner Minotaurs, so they kind of like swapping names. Really, really cool. All right, we got Lord Eldred, the Mage. Oh, shit. Papa Mage Seeker with the symbol on his head. The ultimate anti-magic boomer. He's here, and he's an 8-mana 8/8 with tough. Other allies and your Nexus have tough. Oh, it's follower Demacian Lysandra, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, wow. Oh, I love this motherfucker already. Oh, man, this card is really fucking cool. Like, you can design. Like, I'm even thinking about this with like War Mother's Call And with Freljord and stuff, like just ramping into this, because ramping into an 8/8 that gives your Nexus tough can be the ultimate fuck you to like all burn decks and shit. Oh my god, that's so cool. That is so, oh my god, that's so cool. And your allies as well, like all your everything has tough. Oh my, that's really dope. I don't know, like not what I expected from a Mage Seeker, because the other Mage Seeker cards have synergies with spells, right? So again, not really the kind of effect that I was expecting from, you know, the daddy of Mage Seekers, but still a really fucking cool ability nonetheless. And I like how clean it is with the stat lines, you know, 8 mana, 8/8. We don't overthink shit. We give him a solid ass body with a solid ass ability, pun intended. Let's move on to, oh my goodness. We gotta zoom in on this one. The Windswept Hillock. When I'm summoned, draw a Yasuo and stun the strongest enemy. When you gain the attack token, stun the strongest enemy. We got it, ladies and gentlemen. We got the Yasuo boat. It fucking happened. It took 2.5 years, but it happened. My voice is suffering. Oh, Jesus. Don't Yasuo me, man. Oh, don't Yasuo me when I'm healing my fucking larynx. Oh, God. Okay, so this is really, really fucking dope. I mean, it's 5 mana. It's expensive. But now we have a way to search for Yasuo that also works towards the level up requirement as well. Both in one. It is amazing. At 5 mana, like, this is everything Yasuo wanted. Like, I've said it for so long. Like, the biggest drawback for Yasuo is that you need to draw Yasuo in good Yasuo decks, and you're not going to be able to do that every game. Now, with this card right here, that changes. Just another card you can run as a 3 of. All of a sudden, you may not be drawing Yasuo at turn 4 every game, but you can pick him up eventually and make him more reliable as a win condition. You know, like rely more on him, because you know that he's eventually going to make it into the match. And that is such a big deal. Having a Yasuo tutor is nuts. And the fact that this continues to stun, right? Like it even gives you better synergy with Katarina. Because now all of a sudden Katarina is not only helping you level up Yasuo by recalling herself, but the rally effect will trigger the landmark, which means that when Katarina comes down and you get the rally effect, you're stunning the strongest enemy, and Yasuo is gonna Hazaki him out of there, which is amazing. Like, I fucking love it. I love it. Like, what more can I say? This card will make Yasuo great. I mean, not great again, but you know what I'm saying. Like, Yasuo tier 1. You heard it here. Bando say to Yasuo. Actually, probably something else. I think we go Noxus. Starhound Pack is another faded unit. Fantastic. 4 mana 2/5 with faded. Solid stat line for a faded unit having 5 health. My faded buffs are granted to allied Starhound Packs everywhere. Oh boy. So we got like a Legion Deserter for Pantheon decks. Phenomenal. So basically, like every faded buff that goes onto the Starhound Packs will be going onto the others, which means that even if that unit is removed, if you draw another one, it'll be considerably bigger than the first. And actually, it's pretty neat design. It's pretty cool design, and because it is a 4-drop, like, you know, it's not like it's. I mean, it's got a pretty impressive stat line. Don't get me wrong. Like, for faded, having a high health is really important. So having 5 health is actually a big deal. But it's not like it has anything else going on for it. It's not Fury or any other keyword. But it is pretty interesting. It definitely, it may even like promote slower faded decks, which I'm all okay with. And yeah, pretty interesting. It's faded though, and I'm like, faded is one of those things that I feel like the keyword has not been balanced ever. And it is definitely an issue. Like now we've kind of like put a band-aid on it by severely nerfing Zenith Blade, but I think that it's going to cause more problems as the card pool expands. But for now, you know, it is a neat addition. We got the Warded Husk at 1 mana. 1 mana 0/1 immobile, which means it cannot attack nor block, but it does have Spell Shield. When you play an ally, kill me to grant it my stats and positive keywords, which means that it won't be passing over the immobile because that's not a positive keyword. So it's giving that ally Spell Shield and +1 health. So it's interesting. I mean, kill me to granted my stats and positive keyword. Does that count as slay? Does that count as a slay? Like if he's killing himself, like are you slaying or not? Like that's a very, very important thing to consider, right? Because this thing can come down, and then right after that, like you play Nasus, right? Like this guy comes down, you play Nasus, you kill, you slay with Nasus, or he slays himself, which pumps up Nasus, and Nasus gets the spell shield. Like that's the first thing that comes to mind. Like in addition for Thresh Nasus decks. But maybe there's more to this, and I'm not exactly sure if killing yourself works as a slay proc or not. If anybody can tell me in the comments, that'd be neat, because I'm not really sure. I'd have to look into that. But very cool addition, very, very, very cool package here. Like I like the Wild Claw's ferocity. Like the synergy with Lux seems really fun. I love the Trifarian Training Pits. I think it's a legit addition. It's not cheap. It's 4 mana. Like it's an expensive investment in a match, but I think it can really, really pay off in the right decks. And Lord Eldred is just sick as hell. Like giving your Nexus tough is just one of the coolest things you do in this game, and having something else in Lysandre to do that is just dope as all hell. And come on, like the star of the video, fucking the Yasuo bow. And we've been talking about this for like 10. This is gonna be a long ass video because there's a lot of good shit, man. But hey. This is what we're here for, to talk about cards. I'm going to go ahead and rest my voice a little bit because Yasuo just nearly killed me. And that's where I'm going to leave it at. What do you guys think? Any cards specifically that you're excited about? What would you like for me to build first? I think we're going in on Yasuo early this season. That's for sure. I'm going to stop rambling though. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And now we will actually end the video. Love ya. Have a soul day. I'll see you guys tomorrow.